leaving your ego at the door. Whenever you sit down to play a limited format, you probably want to win. Generally, the objective is not to hold the other person's hand and let them take things back. And you basically want to tear their face off, right? How are you able to leave that behind when you sit down to play a political game with 3 other people?
Losing is like not a big deal. And when you sit down in the commander game, if you're just going to go strictly by like statistical chance of winning, if you just flipped a coin or a 4-sided die or whatever, you're going to win 25% of the time if all things are fair and everyone is evenly matched. So 25% win rate is obviously abysmal when it comes to being a more competitive minded person.
Of course.
But if you just accept the fact that like, hey, like there's so much that can happen here. And also I would say like, because I spent many years as an actor as well, and there are so many stories I've had or heard of people being like, hey, like what the producers loved me. They thought I was the best audition. They said, I'm going to get the role. And then the next day I hear from my agent or whatever, my manager, that no, you didn't get the role because the woman that they picked for the lead is taller than you. And so they need to find someone that matches her for that. Or some other like completely just benign reason that had nothing to do with your performance, nothing with how well you did, right? And so a lot of those experiences, I think over time just sort of like got me into a place where it's like accept or suffer. It's like you are not here to necessarily win, or the universe is going to put something in its way that you have no control over that's just going to change the result. And so like why get so invested in something that isn't going to necessarily, right? Like what is the juice worth the squeeze? Is you caring about winning really going to matter and make you feel better at the end of the day, as opposed to just accepting that like, hey, anything can happen and losing is just a natural part. And if anything, the most statistically likely thing that's going to happen. So are there other areas where you can enjoy this that aren't necessarily tied to winning? Because like, if you think about it, if we went through life all the time and all we wanted to do was win, you'd also be a miserable person. Like you're constantly losing, quote unquote, losing in life in different ways. Like you could see yourself as losing if you walk outside and it's raining, or you could enjoy the fact that it's raining and just accept that that's what's happening and be in the present moment about it, right? So there's just a lot of different ways of sort of changing your perspective about how things are going. Ego and wanting and all that sort of stuff are just things that I think as I grow older and just have had more life experiences in different arenas have helped me shape my perspective in a way that it's like, how can I have a healthy mindset towards this thing that I'm doing so I can play it for a longer period of time instead of being a thing that drains me if I don't get the exact outcome I desire when I have my experience with it.
Yeah, extremely, extremely sound and wise words. Thank you for that. I really appreciate hearing the perspective.